What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of, my friend? Do not fear anymore. It's time to start facing these fears. It's time to actually face the part of yourself that is frightened. Why am I bringing this to you today like this? It's because running away from our fears, trying to disguise them with activities or forcing emotions on top of ourselves or trying to raise our state has never worked. It's time to actually get some spiritual courage and face those fears. Face them with the grace of God behind you. Come to me, all those who are weary, and know my name. That means that, the name is just such an important part. It's the I am within you. The I am within you, that is your awareness. It's time to go to that space. It's time to create awareness in you and face those fears. You see, the fears that you've been holding on to all this time, they're the reasons that you feel stuck. They're the reasons that the patterns keep repeating. They're the reasons that your body isn't responding to your healing prayers, because you are drenched in fear and you have no faith. We cannot get faith unless we face our fears. I was saying to a beautiful client of mine the other day, when we were talking about if you were next to Jesus, literally standing next to Jesus himself, and there was a field of snakes in front of you, and he said, walk through the snakes and I shall protect you. He said, no, but they're snakes. They're going to bite me. I can't do this. We face that same dilemma every day in life, where we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but I will fear no evil. You see why we must start to face the fears and start to take some actions, not from that fear, but actions to actually face it. So I gently nudge you just to slightly push yourself out of your comfort zone. Start to step out of the cage that we've created for ourselves because of fear, and start to face some of those fears. What is your biggest fear? If you feel vulnerable enough and you want to share, put it down in the comments and I will reply to you and give you some solutions. But when you face your fear, you make a massive claim to God that you have faith. And this is why facing your fear is the ultimate thing you can do, because it is the most brilliant way to claim the faith of God. Because when I don't fear anything anymore, because I feel like I am guided, I feel like I am loved, that's when beauty comes into your life. I've had a couple of things recently where I've had to face a fear. I also had a client who literally, when I was on a call with him, had to take a phone call from a doctor. He had test results. And he was so frightened. I was so pleased to be with him there at the time. And I said to him, you take the call and you take it. You face that fear with me now. Rest in my faith if you can. I truly believed it was going to be good. So all I did was let go of my own concerns of anything. So I came to it at peace. And I faced my fear of not doing enough for him too. So I let go of that fear. Just as I asked him to take a step, I laid my hands out like this and I said, it will be good news. Now, I don't claim to be anything special. I'm not special, but I truly believe in the specialness of God. And so that beautiful moment when the phone call happened and the doctor said your test results are in the normal range. A week ago, they were in the range of kidney failure. Can you explain that except facing a fear, letting it go and allowing God to come into his life? That's what I want you to know here, my friends. That's the beauty of this work and actually finally facing yourself. It's so scary. It's scary to face that shadow part of yourself, but we must finally get that courage to realize that there is something greater in this life. It is the same beauty that has made the sunrise today. I've come into my office early and there's a beautiful sunrise happening right now. That is the same energetic beauty of God. And I had no control over that. And I've just been able to experience it. So when I let go of control, that's what fear is a need to control. When I let go of fear finally, then I let go of control. The thing is, when you finally face your fears and you start to let them go, you realize that thing was never big. It's like the little kid who's laying in their bed who thinks there's a monster in the closet. So they put the covers over their head, but there's just clothes in the closet. It's their imagination that's made it 100 times worse. So they fear to get out of bed until their mother comes in and turns on the light and checks, or their father, and then they relax. See, we still have that childlike part of us in there that is fearful of the future and what may happen. Nothing exists except now. And you see, God is the Father who comes to check and reassure us. But we only get that connection to God when we actually start to relax and find some relaxation in the physical system. That's how you face your fears. I'm not telling you to go out into the world and face a huge fear and put yourself in danger. What I'm saying to you, though, is you can come to that idea in your mind. For example, I had a client of mine who struggles to bring her family back round due to digestive issues. And I said to her, I want you to imagine you're calling everyone right now to say to come round. And she felt the fear. So what did we do? We went to that fear in the body. We relaxed and we watched it and we let it move. We let it relax. We let it start to be there. And it started to leave and she felt relief. She didn't feel any worry about that circumstance anymore. That's the place where she could now take action to change. But when we're in fear and we take action to make ourselves feel better, we just repeat the same patterns again and again and again and again until we learn the lesson. You see, God is saying to you, He's talking to you through your emotions. He's talking to you through your fear. He's saying, you're not aligned to me right now. Last night I sat in bed and for some reason I just had a mild anxiety come over me. But luckily I was like, I want to face you. I don't even know what you're about. I couldn't figure it out consciously what it was about. So I just went to the fear and it started to subside. I woke up this morning feeling wonderful, guided by God. I truly believe that we don't need to consciously understand so much anymore, but we need to face our fears with a spiritual courage and a spiritual depth where we say, I trust in something else. You cannot grow in faith unless you face your fears. I implore you to try that today, guys. Thanks for this one.